Welcome to the Be Kind podcast with your host, Joe Kirkner, presented by the Animal Advocates of South Central Pennsylvania.
Welcome, everybody, to Be Kind podcast. This is Joe again, Seth again, and John again, the Again family, all here. And we're part of the Animal Advocates of South Central PA's mission to create the most compassionate world possible within reason and practicality for wherever you are in your life's journey. That is a reference to the previous episode with Animal Liberation by Peter Singer. And it's whether or not you agree with us, disagree with us, or ambivalent towards us, hate us, love us, we love you, no matter what species you are. And we're going to make that a thing for everyone. And how are we going to make that a thing, everyone? Through the Compassion Continues campaign. So what is Compassion Continues?
What is it, Joe?
Well,
Tell us
more.
Said it and forget it.
Compassion Continues is what we're defining our campaign in this year of 2021 after 2020, which was a challenging year for so much. It really changed everything we knew about everything. If you look at the world now, today as it was a year ago, totally different world. But there's one thing that remains the same, is that compassion needs to continue, and we need to do whatever we can to make sure that it continues towards all creatures. And that's why we as an organization have these initiatives going on that really create compassion through these three branches. We have creating community, creating change, and at the end of the day, we're just creating compassion. And all of the activities we do throughout this year will all tie together that common theme to make sure that love abounds regardless of the crazy things going on in the world. And today, I just want to take a minute to talk about creating community and the things we're doing, have done, and plan to do around that initiative. So, let's just kick it off, Seth. Connecting animal lovers. What's up with that?
It's kind of my thing, Joe. I'm the admin of the Facebook group Central PA Animal Lovers Activities Group. If you can remember that long group title.
Link in the show notes.
I didn't understand what you said.
He said link in the show notes.
Okay. Sounded like some guy's name. Lincoln Bishonos. Who's Lincoln Bishonos?
You don't know him? We go way back.
He's a big vegan guy.
Yeah.
Anywho, don't edit that out. That's
No, I'm
good
keeping
stuff.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a keeper.
So anyway, we got this group, and as the title implies, it's not just for vegans or vegetarians, animal lovers. So I wanted to create a group that could bring in people, I guess you would say, on the spectrum, on the vegan spectrum, on the veg spectrum, on a journey toward more compassion. It didn't want to limit it to just vegans. Maybe sort of get people more exposure, like people that are thinking about it, and they can hang out with vegans, and the vegans can sort of hang out with other people and remember what they used to be like, and that sort of thing. And sort of create a community and a culture where we actually hang out. In today's world, we're all pretty much just on the socials. There's a lot of people that I've known for 4 years that I've never met. And I don't really know those people. You know a little bit about them from what you see on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. But until you start hanging out with people and doing things with them, you don't really have that close friendship that in-person activities can really make happen. Plus, I like doing stuff. I love it. I enjoy sitting and looking at my phone as much as the next person. I love watching TV. I read books. I stay to myself a lot, but I also love getting out and about. So I wanted to do it, and I wanted to do it with vegans, vegetarians, and people thinking about it. So I created the Facebook group.
And that ties back to some of the ideas that have come up in this podcast a lot, where the best way to make people vegan or help people stay vegan is having them hang out with other awesome vegans. That's really what the point of this initiative is to expose people who may be thinking about veganism to vegans, so they know that it's an option in their life. They can see how other people live. They get to know there's a community out there, and they get that sense of belonging that will lead them down that path. And on the same token, people already vegan can hang out with other vegans, almost have that level of accountability where, people like me do things like this. I'm a vegan. I live this lifestyle. I hang out with these other people, and I don't want to let them down and let this community down and ultimately let the animals down. And so it's really just a way to bring more people into the fold and keep that fold growing. And I've personally done a few of the disc golf games, but I know you've done a lot more with that too, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things that's have been a little limiting about it was that I created it sort of right before winter hit, during a pandemic. So the first 6 to 9 months of its existence, we were a bit limited in what we could do. But so far, we've done disc golf, as you mentioned. A lot of us learned it for the first time, and we played it all the way through the winter. It was really cold, but guess what? We were outside doing it, and we stuck with it, and some of us learned how to do it well. Some of us just learned how to do it. But it was fun. That is still going on weekly. Our friend Deuteronomy, Dietrich, the dude, Deuteronomy, as I said, plans a weekly disc golf game still happening. And let's see. Tennis, now that it's springtime, we're out playing tennis. In fact, I played yesterday with Dieter.
Nice.
Deuteronomy, the dude. Played with him, and we both are terrible. That's the fun part. There's no rules we're following, no score we're keeping.
I was going to say, that you guys aren't professional. I mean, you're just out there having fun,
Right.
and that's what's important, you know?
Yeah.
And you're not just playing, one thing and sticking with it. Like, you're branching out and doing other stuff, like walking dogs, right?
Yeah, there's been a couple dog walks that were organized by, I believe, our friend Rissa. And you don't have to have a dog to participate because there's other people with multiple dogs that you can
Borrow a dog for a walk.
Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't been able to make it to any of the dog walks. But it looks like
It looks like a lot of fun. I've seen pictures and a couple of videos, I think.
I'm scared of dogs, so I don't go to those.
Well, you have a pretty good reason. You had an incident with a dog, or a couple dogs.
Three
dogs.
Three.
All at once. Oof.
Yeah.
So, you didn't hear about that?
No,
I was attacked by dogs on the rail trail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Anyway,
Dogs are great, though.
But we also organized a snow tubing event.
I saw that, too. That looked
It was
like a blast.
amazing. Yeah, it's at a place. We went to a place in York. I forget what it's called. Avalanche Express. That's what
Okay.
we were.
Okay. Nice.
And yeah, it was a blast. There's like this little chain that they hook your tube to that pulls you up the hill. It's like a
Wow,
chair
so you
lift.
don't even have to like drag it up there. Or
No,
anything.
you ride up the hill.
That sounds wonderful because I'm lazy.
Right. Yeah, I was concerned going into it. I'm like, I'm going to have to walk up this hill again and again and again.
That would have been miserable.
Yeah, no,
That's like that's a thing in the past, apparently.
very little work needed.
snow tubing technology has come a long way. John.
They can build it.
So you've been doing that, and you have some stuff you wanted to do in the future. Some pretty cool stuff.
So much. So I mean, a lot of people have suggested a lot, but I mean, I've got a lot on my mind. Like you talked about kickball.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be amazing.
Yes, I'm
now
all
that
about
it's
that.
spring and summer, like the amount of things we can do now. Like I just bought a kayak, and I want to organize like a kayaking trip with a bunch of people. It's called the activities group, so it doesn't have to be sporty. Like I just bought 3 big boxes of sidewalk chalk, and I want to organize a chalking thing in Harrisburg.
Okay.
There's this really neat trail that goes along the river there in Harrisburg, where it's a very nice spot for doing vegan messaging. And I've actually been trying to do it for like 3 weeks, but it's spring, so it's constantly raining. Like I want to do it on a day when it's not supposed to rain for 4 days, but that hasn't existed since I had the idea.
Of course.
But there's that. I mean, there's just so many things you can think of and organize, like bike rides. You guys went on one.
Oh, yeah,
that was part of the group.
Oh yeah, that was
nice.
fun. Yeah.
I did something.
Tell us about it.
It was fun. I mean, it was a little warm out, but it was a perfect day for it. And we went a couple miles.
We went about 10 miles,
Yeah.
but it was on different part of the rail trail than when I got attacked by dogs. So it was on the other side of the rail
the
trail.
safer part.
It was super flat. We went super nice pace, just kind of hung out, spent a nice afternoon biking
Yeah.
around. I got 3 flat tires.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
What kind
that.
of bike do you have?
Really nice bike.
Maybe you should stop going outside.
I know, right?
Wait. So this is real? You literally
Yeah,
got
he did. That
3 in
Well,
one trip?
It was this. We don't know if we actually patched it up correctly the first time. We kept having to stop and kind of fix it. So we had to fix it 3 times.
Yeah. But once that third time was, ace once we got it together.
And
That's fun, I swear.
It really was fun. It really was fun.
There's some people talking about rollerblading, roller skating, which has got me thinking about maybe I should buy a pair of one or the other.
I would break my spine in 7 places if I tried to do
Wow.
that. I do not have good balance.
And for the more leisurely activities, I want to play card games or board games with people.
Ah,
I love
yes.
me a good card game.
We should do. I think you brought this up actually. The arcade idea, like do like a little like arcade party type situation. Maybe we could do that.
Yeah.
It's like endless, the possibilities.
Yeah, there's so many things you can do.
And this is, I guess this is something that you should know about the group, is that it's not a group where like myself or some other administrator is just creating events for everybody else. It's anybody can suggest anything at any point in time. It's supposed to function like a bulletin board. So if you're in the group, you can say, hey, who wants to go hiking tonight, or who wants to go hiking next Monday? And everyone also has the ability, if you know anything about Facebook, every member has the ability to create a group event.
Let me read it. What is it called again? Facebook?
It's FACEBOOK.com.
Okay.
Is that like a profile on MySpace or something?
Is it just a book of faces?
Listen, bozos. I'm saying, if you've got experience creating things like events, which many people do not, yeah, it's a group where the settings allow any member to create a group event.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, so, and I encourage anyone to do it because I can't do it all.
Right.
So everyone's got to.
So it's kind of cool that other people, take initiative, like the bike thing, and tennis. If somebody wanted to do tennis and you couldn't make it,
Right.
somebody could be like, "Hey, let's go play tennis in the group." So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Oh, and there's going to be things I don't even want to do.
Right.
Yeah, so like if you want to, I don't know.
Bungee jumping.
Play hearts?
Yeah, I would not bungee jump.
I probably
Play hearts,
wouldn't.
I would not. I hate card games. So
Oh,
I would
really?
not. Yeah.
So no Uno for you?
No Magic the
no,
Gathering?
Uno, like I'm just saying playing cards.
Okay, gotcha.
I hate
So
games with standard playing
with,
cards.
with numbers.
So you can play
Yeah,
Magic
I'm
the
with you.
Gathering with me and use my elf deck on your
Oh,
swamp.
actually, I hate Magic the Gathering more than playing cards.
Yikes!
I'll play Uno. I will play. Oh, you know what? I'll play War.
Oh, War's good.
I will play War.
It's not
War's
a
good.
game. That's just luck.
Well, yeah,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a game of luck.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
it's a GOL, man. Come on.
Okay. I guess something that I think is really important about this group is it's a safe space for vegans. I don't know about you guys, but I sometimes get sick of hanging out with non-vegans, always having to defend myself or
Yeah.
explain things or have people comment on what I'm eating or where do you get your protein or what about this or what about that or do carrots have feelings and all those fun stuff. This is really just a safe space where you can come and just not have to justify your lifestyle for a few hours. It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing that's really cool about having a wide circle of vegan friends. Most people, their friendship circle gets designed as they grow up because through various ways, either through work or very specific interests like video games or musical styles, things like that. When you start hanging out with vegans just because they're vegan, you start meeting and becoming friends with all different kinds of people
Absolutely.
with like different views and different likes, and you start finding out you can be friends with those people too. And sometimes those bonds are even closer because it's based on a more deep connection about the way you see the world and not, Danzig, who's okay, by the way.
I have no idea what that is.
I do.
You know Danzig.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glenn.
Glenn
He's
Danzig.
short. He's about at my height.
Who? What?
Get out
The
of here.
Misfits. Do you know who the Misfits are?
No.
Oh, well.
No.
I'm just going to go play Magic the Gathering.
I guess we're just old punk rockers.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I just think what you're doing and everyone in the group is doing is awesome. I think it's great. It's a lot of fun. Seems like a lot of fun.
It is. Yeah, we look forward to seeing you out somewhere.
Yes, it will happen.
I'm going to get you a pair of rollerblades.
Oh, are you trying to kill me? Sweet.
We'll get you those old school rollerblades with the not.
The neon ones?
No, I'm trying. Roller skates are the ones that have the less perilous wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I have no idea how to rollerblade, and I'm.
It just seems like a death trap to me.
How does it even? How's that supposed to work?
How is that science?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, please, everyone, go out there on Facebook, find it. Central PA Animal Lovers Activities Group, and you'd have to answer 2 questions to get in. The first question is, do you like animals enough to consider not eating them? That's all. Just will you consider it? And number 2, will you read the rules and follow them? Yeah, and the rules are pretty much be nice. And and one of the main rules that I'm really big on is don't bring any animal products to any events organized through the group.
I like that because that is another thing that's really poopy about being vegan in a non-vegan world.
Yeah.
So we're creating community by connecting animal lovers, and also I want to give a shout out to some of the great businesses that have been working with us and organizations. We've been working with Hype. They've done some stuff for us. Get Hype over at Central Market.
In York?
Yep, in York. Right, I keep bringing there's more than one Central Market.
In the whole world.
We've worked in the past with Iridescent Salon, great crew over there. The Hive over in York as well. We've done stuff with all the different farmed animal sanctuaries throughout the community. I don't want to list them off because I'm scared I'll miss one, but you know who you are out there. We're doing stuff in the future with Gaffney Foods, who's releasing some products for us. So there's a lot of cool businesses and organizations out there who really contribute to this community of vegans and the vegan movement in general. Another piece of this initiative is it's a dirty word, but really shouldn't be, is a fundraising piece of it. We want to try and get people involved with their organization and have them have stake in it by making financial contributions. So part of this is we want to expand our network and get as many people involved with the animal advocates and have a stake in the work we're doing, because we all want to make the world a more compassionate place for animals. We all want to make sure that there's less suffering out there. But unfortunately, so many of us are tied up with a million things in our lives that maybe we can't go out there and directly adopt an animal or go out there and directly help a suffering animal on the street, or even go out there and do activism in whatever way that looks. But what we all can do, or what most of us can do if we have the financial means, is make a financial contribution to a cause we care about. And so we're really going to be going out there and trying to find people who are willing and able to make a financial contribution and see if they can join us in this work through that method if they're not able to in the other way. But we also encourage people working with us directly to contribute as well, because they see firsthand the impact of our work. Because while these activities may not cost any financial money from our end of things, some of the other things we have planned will have significant costs associated with them, such as some of our billboard campaigns we have going out, some of our direct relief for human and non-human animals, where we give them vegan food, vegan resources, even just things like buying pamphlets and literature and technology and resources to share and promote the vegan message. All does have a hard cost. So that's something we're really going to be pushing, is trying to get people involved as donors to the animal advocates. So just as a plug for that. And
Mic drop from Joe. That was a lengthy amount of information, Joe. You dropped the mic at the end of it. That's all I'm saying. One more thing about the community aspect. So we've actually done quite a bit, actually, with people experiencing homelessness or near homelessness in the area, mostly in Harrisburg. And I just want to sort of give a shout out to something we're working on right now. Before right now, we've made a couple completely vegan meals for the homeless folks at the Bethesda Mission in Harrisburg, which has been just a really rewarding experience and a great volunteer opportunity whenever we're able to do it again. We have to not do it right now because of COVID. But one thing we have been able to do, there's an organization that is active in just Harrisburg now, unfortunately, called Food Not Bombs. And they provide vegan meals every single Monday to anyone who wants one. On 2nd and Marcus Street in Harrisburg. We partnered with them a couple times a couple years ago, just sort of going out and helping them out. But a couple months ago, one of our friends, Rissa, sort of spontaneously organized this, I don't know, what would you call it? Stuff drive?
Yeah, it was kind of like a stuffed bag, gift bag type thing, because there wasn't just all food. There was like little art pieces and stuff like that. It was kind of like a Valentine's Day sort of thing.
Like a grab bag of stuff. There was like hand sanitizer and masks, like COVID masks, not like Halloween masks. But
that's the next one. Right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's like a vegan / toiletry grab bag that we gave then to Food Not Bombs for them to hand out to everyone who got a meal from them that day. And it was great. It worked out terrifically. We pulled together a lot of people and a lot of stuff in a short amount of time. So shortly after that, I said to Rissa, hey, why don't we do that again with even more lead time? So we actually just started putting it together right now. So we're not entirely sure the date. We're looking at Memorial Day, but it might be a week before or after that of when we'll actually hand it out. But we're just now, Rissa and I, putting together the final list of things that we're going to be looking for. So pretty soon we'll have that out to the general public and start asking for donations.
Awesome. Very cool.
Just one example of the great things that we need funding for to keep the mission going.
That's right, because they're not all going to be donations. I'm going to be coming to you, sir, asking for some money from the coffers.
Thankfully, for all the great supporters we do have funds available, but we do have big plans coming forward. So please, if you can think within your heart and means to support us, I highly encourage you to do so. But again, so many opportunities to get involved, whether it's coming out to a disc golf game, playing Magic the Gathering with me, or going and roller skating and not breaking any bones. Just by simply being a part of this community, interacting with your fellow vegans or vegan-minded individuals, you're doing your part to make a more compassionate world for all. The end.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Take care.
PecanPodcast@gmail.com.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Be Kind podcast, presented by the Animal Advocates of South Central Pennsylvania.